Okay, so Dark Souls 2, Soul level 1, let's go. I should also remove the starting soon thing, shouldn't I?
Perhaps you've seen
That's the wrong button,
maybe
brain. That's
in a
the right
dream
button, very good. Cool.
from
I hope the volume is fine. Once again, we're gonna skip all the cutscenes and dialogue because I can't really be arsed. This is gonna be a little bit different from Dark Souls 1 in a multitude of ways. The first one is Dark Souls 1 is comparatively easy on Soul level 1 because you don't really lose much. You can still roll really well, you have decent damage, not perfect but decent, and not many things one-shot you. Dark Souls 2 is a bit of a pain. You can get a lot of damage, but it requires some trickery, but you will never be able to roll properly. At least not the way it's intended. How are we gonna call ourselves? Let's continue the journey of man what dies. I like that name. Served us well last time. Class Deprived. It's the only level 1 class in the game. We choose Healing Wares as our starting thingy. Gotta be a man if we're a man what dies. Let's fuck around with this for a second. I'm just gonna click some stuff while I talk about how it's gonna be different. So we're gonna not have a lot of the old adaptability, which means we can't roll very well, which is fantastic because rolling is pretty crucial to enjoying yourself in these games, in my opinion. Rolling is really powerful, except in this game, where by default it's not. Fuck it, I don't know, let's just go with this. Okay. That makes it really hard later on. Some of the later bosses will absolutely one-shot us, and there's gonna be a lot of trial and error. I also haven't played the later stages of this game in a long-ass time, so that's not gonna make it any easier. It will once again be similar to Dark Souls 1's experience, where I had to kind of relearn the late game fights on level 1, and that didn't go all that well. That was my Steam, sorry about that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting for the later stages. Now for the beginning of the run, I have some other news that is or other ways in it which is different from Dark Souls 1. I actually have a route that I'm following. There's a fairly well-known YouTuber who made videos on how to beat a lot of different stuff, including Souls games at low levels and under other weird conditions, and I am basically going to follow a lot of his route nodes, and see if I can kind of make my life a little bit easier that way. So I kind of actually know what I'm doing for a change, at least at the start, which is gonna be fun. On the other side of the fence, I've been playing this a little bit off stream, and boy does it feel awkward to control. I don't need any of that, I don't know why I picked it up. I am not going to be very confident and comfortable with the controls in this game. Your character feels so oddly finicky. Like it's so easy to over-adjust when you're trying to round a corner or something and just walk off a cliff. But hey, there's also the jumping, which sometimes you get a babby jump, which is great. Sometimes you get a proper jump. You don't need to say more right now. Let's grab the soul here. So yeah, I expect to struggle a lot with this, and just following a route that someone else made at the beginning seems like a good idea to me, since I'm not gonna be very good, frankly. Nah, I'm skipping that. I'm running away. We're not gonna hear a lot of that since we're level 1. Also, hello, Goatman. Thought you didn't like Dark Souls 2 that much. Nonetheless, welcome to Naked Man Runs Around with his fists clenched in an awkward way. Right, I forgot the shard. Well, I'm expecting to also really dislike it after this run, or halfway through this run probably, because there's gonna be a lot of parts that are annoying as fuck. Schadenfreude. The beginning part of that word doesn't have an E, it's just Schadenfreude, but hey. Yeah, there you go, you almost nailed it. Just the first E is wrong. Hello, doggy dog. Welcome. Why am I sitting here? I need to upgrade my SL flask. I was reading chat. Getting distracted. You guys are distracting me. I blame you for any failure.
Seek those whose
there you go,
minds
good
are
man.
once
Oops, wrong thingy. Yeah, you got that one right though. E and U and follow after each other is Oi in German. So Schadenfreude is where it aligns ultimately. Alright, let's quickly put some stuff on our bar. We need healing, we need more healing, we're gonna need some more healing. We're ending up with some more healing and some boners. Yeah, German is weird with that. There's a few vowel combinations that make up different sounds, which is interesting. Sometimes helpful, often hostless. Pretty much. Where everything comes together. Okay, so we're gonna go for the forest one first. Mine? Yeah, E and I in following are I, are pronounced as I, which is basically how English people would just pronounce the letter I, which is weird. Trying to talk about that without really any context is gonna sound very funny, I think. Alright, we nailed the first jump. How's the volume, by the way? Because for me the game's fairly loud, but I did a little bit of test recording and it sounded alright, so I'm hoping that it's fine for you guys. The good old I before E except after C, and then you have this, Alright, cool, thank you. Isn't there this, like, little wall of text where someone makes a mockery of that rule by, like, having your friend Keith receive, I don't know, a bunch of E before I words? Yeah, I want to be slightly louder than the game. Game doesn't have anything to say, unlike me, who has a lot of shit to say. Oh, I am slightly tired. I ate recently. It's not a good idea before streaming, but here I am. Hey, we didn't die, cool. Learning German can't be easy. It's one of those languages that is probably pretty hard to learn if you haven't, like, learned it from birth. Or if you haven't grown up with German, with the German language. Not that I know of, since I'm of course Swedish and stuff. True, but that's setting the bar really, really high. Hey, we even got the rest off before having to fight them in. Nice. Cool. Alright. Another thing you might notice if you've watched the Dark Souls 1 level 1 run is that I'm not gonna bother fighting and looting everything, at least not at first. Maybe we'll do that later, but not anytime soon, I don't think. Nah, Rufert decided that I'm easily the most Swedish man he has ever heard, so here I am. What? No, don't tell him. How would you know anyway? You're just some random guy in chat. Nah, I'm German, and he's also not some random guy in chat. He actually knows me, IRL. Alright. So, let's see. I want to relog and maybe try to get the crystal lizard. I don't think we need it, but it's kind of right here and easy to get, so we're gonna go for it. Does continue put me on my character in this game? I don't remember. I think it does. Let's find out. Okay, relogging takes a bit longer than in Dark Souls 1. Yes, it does. Very fine. Cool. Yeah, exactly. Us Swedes, we gotta stick together. Oh, don't they respawn in Dark Souls 2 if you relog? That's a bit shit. I thought they did. Huh. I could have sworn I did that in one of the DLC areas later when there's 3 or 4 crystal lizards in one room. Oh well. Gotta try again then. Not like there's much in the way. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, we're gonna run through the vast majority of the game rather than trying to kill everything. Yeah, I think so. I think that it also works in Dark Souls 3 that way. Basically in all Souls games, maybe except this, that you can just relog and they respawn where they belong. Maybe there's a distinction here somewhere where they say that if it like managed to actually leave, like it actually got away, then maybe it doesn't respawn or something. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna buy some of this stuff. No, it's definitely feasible. It's just a lot more tedious, and especially in Scholar of the First Sin, I think a lot of the areas are basically meant to be cheesed, which isn't very fun. Fuck. I think I'm slightly too far to the right. Let's try further left. Are you kidding me? I did this first try last night. Yeah, I'm playing Scholar. I'm an idiot. Are you fucking joking? How am I missing that? I'm a well-art man. I play the Scholar. Yeah, I've played it before. I know what I'm doing, kind of. Maybe. To be fair, I'm usually just winging it anyway. Like, I don't know exactly where you line up. That was fairly loud on me. I hope you guys didn't blow your ears out, because I sure did. Can't hear a thing now. Anyway, I usually wing a lot of the strategies, just like I just try. I know generally what you're doing or what I'm doing, but like not in detail. I haven't practiced anything. So, for example, I know that if you really know what you're doing, you can kind of jump off the railing there and onto the roof where we need to go. But I don't know exactly where, so I'm not trying it this time. Ow. And so I'm basically using the route that I dug out as a guideline thingy more than set in stone rules that I'm gonna follow. But yeah, I agree, Scholar is definitely a lot more bullshit than the base game. But it doesn't really matter all that much. It's like if you already in the base game tried to full clear all the areas, then you had to cheese a lot of the fights anyway, and now you just need to cheese a few more of the fights. So it's just, eh. I don't know if you need to actually talk to him to get the key, or if you can kill him, because we're gonna kill this guy. Yeah, I'm watching it. Waiting for my stamina to come back, that should be enough. Yep, cool. Okay, so here's the reason we kill him. He got a hat. Kale's Helm. Kale's Helm is interesting, because Kale's Helm is complete garbage, stats-wise, but it gives us some stats. It gives us 1 endurance and 2 points of agility, or dexterity rather, oops. So now we're at 8 dex, which is great. And similarly, we're gonna use some other equipment that changes our stats to eventually end up using the rapier, because the rapier is fucking broken. So that's kind of why I chose to follow a guide more than, or well, not literally follow a guide, but like, yeah, it's weird, right? I actually really like that, and I would appreciate if other Souls games had more of that stuff. In other games it's mostly cosmetic what you wear, but in this game there's actually a lot of items that do slightly change your stats at least. And that's pretty cool. And I think if you really know what you're doing, this makes for interesting routing, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I just copied someone else's route, which is basically where I was going with that comment earlier. Hey, we didn't die. Nice. Cool. Grab the fire arrows and go for the first boss. Okay, let's try not to die to Last Giant, because that's embarrassing. Quickly checking my notes to see if I missed anything. So yeah, we're gonna be abusing some of the plus stats and minus stats to eventually wield the rapier, which does sick damage. And from there we're basically... This is the multi-stomp, isn't it? Yeah. From there we're basically gonna be fine damage-wise. Oh boy, I didn't die, but like I took that hit. I should stop. Oh really? Okay, we actually died to Last Giant. I should probably uninstall right now. I got stuck on his left foot, I tried to get away, but I couldn't. He pushed me into the corner in a way where I couldn't get out in 2 attempts. Nice. Starting off very strong. Now, on the plus side, the fog wall is gone, so we can just run through now. I am maximum ape speed, you can't tell me shit. You're not even ape speed yourself, are you? So I don't know where you're getting that idea from, that you can tell me anything about ape spittery. I should probably open that door, in case I die again. Although if I die again I might actually just stop, because clearly this was not meant to be. Should get to that. Some fine games on that list. Yeah, so you know what's coming. Makes it even easier. I see. I'd recommend my VOD, but my VOD had terrible audio balance for the vast majority of it, because OBS reset my settings before I started the run. So you can't hear me talk at all, which makes for very uninteresting gameplay. You can just play it yourself and blind. Yeah, it's about an hour, depending on how well you go through. That's not a good position. Oh, he's not phase 2ing yet. Nice. Now he is. Okay. So let's pretend this is what happened the first time, and my character just always looks like this. I didn't die at all. It's just like my character just has this weird skin disease that makes this be the default look. Come on, dude. Don't kill me. Alright. Well... It's not really about challenge, it's more about how you handle the annoyance of those kind of games. They're not mechanically all that hard. It's just that, what do I need to buy? I need the key, I need some life gems, and I want a bright book, I think. Oh, I also need to talk to her so I get the ring, and to make her move to Majula. So basically, mechanically they're not that hard, but they take a while, and especially with the infinite lives, you can't really fail. You're gonna win eventually, if you're just persistent. Alright, what are we doing next? I think we go kill Pursue now. Yep, that's what we're doing. Okay, cool. I should also equip the ring so I get the extra souls. This should be a good time to do that. Basically, with infinite lives, all that's preventing you from doing it is your patience. So, unless you're very ragey and very uncomfortable retrying something, you should be fine eventually. It's more about the experience, I guess. Okay. This too I'm kinda winging. I know people stand roughly there. Okay, he was nice to me. Could have just left. It also really depends on what makes you rage. Like, Sawbones, whatever he plays, he's just always whinging and raging about anything, or at least he sounds like that. Fucking message, piss off. There you go. Like some people really get upset at everything. Oh no, I died in a platformer, Jesus Christ, I better be really angry now. Whereas I personally don't really get upset that much in this kind of single player game. Or, well, in my example, at least platformers. So Toki really doesn't upset me, and the majority of Ape-Split games also didn't really upset me, so... For me, it depends on the context. I can really get mad at multiplayer games too. Like, there are definitely situations that make me really angry, but it's rare. And really depends on the game and the situation. Like, I don't really get upset at Dark Souls, for example. Or recently I played the Celeste DLC, which was really hard, and it's a difficult jump run game. And that also doesn't really upset me. I might get annoyed and wish I could progress at some point, but if I get mad, then usually it's at myself more than the game. So in those kind of games, I'm generally fine. Yeah, that makes sense. No point playing something that you know makes you mad, unless it's somehow still really fun. I've got a few of those kind of games. Alright, I can sprint up ladders as a thing in this game. Okay. Going well so far. Time to get blown the fuck up. Can once again only hope that the audio settings actually work out, because Jesus Christ, that is very, very loud for me. What's this again? Bones, maybe? No, pine resin. I'll take it. Why not? Okay, so we really don't want to die here if I can help it. Nice, it blew up, that's very fine. That's not guaranteed. Very often that barrel just decides not to blow up, which is a shame. Because it requires a lot of effort then. Okay. I guess I should have seen that coming and went the other way. Huh. Well, we got the hard part though, we blew up the wall. Yeah, I sure did. Thing is though, unless I actually lose my souls, I don't mind dying here that much. Okay, that shouldn't hit me at all. It's the easiest attack they have. I'll probably just run through now. That is so loud on my speakers, or rather on my headphones. I should probably change that at some point. You're not gonna blow me up, are you? No? Okay. Okay, we made it. Nice. So we're gonna loot this shit. Don't think we needed the arrows, but hey, I'll just take everything while we're at it. Definitely didn't need the bolts. Anyway, let's give this man a bit of a flame. Right now, you imbecile. And then we buy 2 large Titanite shards, and now we're at 6. I go this way, and now we're up to Majula. Now we get our first proper weapon, and then we go on a bit of a rampage. Well, most likely me dying a lot because of mediocre enemy design and poor encounter design, especially in Scholar of the First Sin, but hey. I sure am. I am not... There's a caveat though to that. I'm not planning to do the entirety of the DLC necessarily, so there's very low chance of me actually doing Horsefuck Valley or Blue Smelter. That's very unlikely to happen, but The rest is fine. I don't mind doing the main bosses, generally speaking. They're gonna take me a lot of attempts, but eh. They're kind of fun. Some of the better fights in the game, actually. Just a bit of a pain on Soul Level 1 with low adaptability. Basically, all three DLC areas have one area of it that is... I really phrased that poorly, didn't I? Basically, all three DLCs have one part to it that are designed to be played in multiplayer, in my opinion, which is Horsefog Valley, the Path to the Blue Smelter Demon specifically, and in Sunken King it's the Petrify statues thingy with the gang squad at the end. I'm not planning to do those three areas. Maybe I'll do them co-op if the situation arises, but like, it's very unlikely. And I generally think they're made for co-op, so they're kind of not really part of the challenge run route that I'm planning. I will attempt to do Dark Lurker though. I have killed Dark Lurker on level 1 before, so I think I should be fine. I didn't find Dark Lurker all that bad, actually. I think I can afford to buy the cat ring now. Maybe I should buy that later, actually. What do I need to buy here? I think we upgrade Estus, and then we rest, and upgrade our weapon of choice.
Just to see, however.
Yeah, I don't know how much money I'll need to upgrade my stuff. Oh, I should rest so he actually gets to work. The lazy bum. So we're gonna buy the good old mace, because mace is really, really strong in Dark Souls 2. And then I'm gonna get a +6 mace very, very early on. That's gonna make this game a lot easier at the start. Let's not accidentally buy 15 maces or something. Oops. Alright, so now we have a +6 mace, and that thing fucks ass, so we should be very fine for damage for a while. Did I equip the Blades ring? No, I didn't. Alright. We have a lot of money. I did spend that on something last time, I don't remember what though. Let's just buy some stuff, I suppose. Why do I have so much more money than I'm expecting? Okay, let's buy one of these. We need to farm something later, so we want the item discovery hat. I should buy maybe this and one of these, and the rest goes into life gems. Life gems are an interesting bit of game design. I have heard that some people really like them. I completely disagree though. I think infinite healing doesn't really belong in a Souls game. But we'll abuse the hell out of it. Especially since most late game stuff that's difficult will one-shot us anyway. So we're gonna full clear Heights Tower of Flame, which is an absolute pain in the ass in Scholar of the First Sin, because they added a whole lot of Height Knights, which, you know, makes sense thematically, but in practice they're really annoying enemies that you don't fight much of in the base game. Many of, I guess. Not sure if I need that soul, but I'll pick it up anyway. Once again, I'm kind of hazy on the details. I generally know what I'm doing, like I generally know that I'm going here to kill everything in this place. But I don't know the best way to go about it. I just try to make it happen somehow. I'm expecting to lose half of my HP on every single one of those guys, by the way. Not on the big ones, on the Height Knights. Although I also just got hit by one of these guys. But yeah, the big ones are very, very weak to blunt damage, or however the damage type is called in Dark Souls 2. So, with the +6 mace, we're gonna absolutely destroy them. It's usually just the Hide Knights that I'm worried about. I used to have such a good strat to just strafe them and never have to roll, but I forgot, apparently. Oops. Don't mind me, just generally waving a mace in your direction. Nope. Nope. I want him to do 2 hits of that combo if I can make that happen, because then I get a free hit in. There we go. Hey, I can lock on actually in Dark Souls 2 because I can roll in every direction. I missed. I didn't die though, yet. Oh boy, that was close. He could have killed me if he wanted. But he was merciful. These guys are a pain to fight. Oh, gotta get good eventually if I just keep trying. Look at that fucking damage, it's so good. Oops. Fucking stairs. How do they work? Fucking two-shot one of these guys. Crazy. No RTSR or other nonsense needed. Just a good old mace. And with that amount of damage, we can actually take out these guys fairly simply. 1, 2 for you. One and 2 for you. How about you give me some room to work with here? Good man. So this is the bit that really sucks on Scholar, because now I'm gonna aggro a Hide Knight and one of the old Knights, so that's gonna be a pain. Let's see how I can make that work, if at all. The old Knight is also surprisingly, like, quote-unquote running, which makes it a little bit harder for them to separate. But I think we got kind of lucky. Aye, Mace is really, really powerful. Yeah, I take that trade to kill the man. Also, hey Cybot. Hope you have a nice day. Welcome to Dark Souls 2. In its full scholarly glory. Oh, alright, must be good enough, I suppose. Yeah, it has its ups and downs. I generally like it, although the Scholar version is a little bit shit. But you might not say that too loud, because, yeah, exactly, the other man in chat might not agree with you. Come on. Please give me the attack that I can actually work with, you fucking cunt. Sir, please. I'd like to continue at some point in my fucking life. Really? Man, is that what we're doing? Hey, there it is, now that I actually committed to getting closer, of course. Fucking perfect. I'm dead, right? Yeah. Fuck you. Oh, I hate this guy so much. Of course he fucking rolls the annoying attack 5 times in a row, and then when I lose my patience he gives me the one that I need that perfectly counters me trying to get in close. I say ass. Scholar really changed the... well, technically I guess difficulty of a lot of areas. Yeah, I don't feel like brutal is correct, just more cheese heavy. Like, it really invites you to play in a more tricky way than just trying to skill and brute force your way through encounters. Generally, you can really sort and broad most encounters in Dark Souls 2, but in Scholar they really want you to not do that, and they have a lot more ambushes, a lot more guys on railings trying to shoot at you and stuff like that, which really invites cheese in my opinion. Well, souls are nice, but there's a thing here that I need to kill the dragon up there because he drops an item that I want, the Watch Dragon Parma, which gives item drop rate. And I need to farm something later, so I want all sorts of item drop rate that I can have. And also, getting into the boss room on Scholar without killing the enemies is kind of tricky. It's not impossible, but it's a little bit risky. So I might as well just clear everything here. And the normal knights are fairly simple here. Yeah, they didn't just move things around, they added a lot of enemies. All the Hide Knights in here didn't used to be here, and generally in the base game, none of the Hide Knights used to be aggro on site. So like this guy down there, the one that's sitting, that's gonna get up and try to fuck me now, his kind never attacks you in base Dark Souls 2. It was always an optional fight, and they always dropped something as a reward. They hang out randomly, but it kind of always kind of fit. Kind of. But just adding this guy, for example, to fighting the regular knight there is a little bit bullshit, because they don't work too well together. They're already designed to be fought one by one, and they have pretty bullshit moves, some of them anyway. So just having an encounter where you're fighting this guy and something else is really cheap. This is just one of the many examples of them doing that. Also, they really loved spamming Pursuer in absolutely every situation they could kind of fit him into, which is a thing, I guess. Oop. Yeah, the dragon is also a little bit weird. It doesn't, well, to me anyway, to my understanding of the game and the world, it doesn't make sense at all to have a dragon placed there. Yeah, but he's not just a running gag, he pops up in locations where he's really annoying. Yeah, take things God Priest says with a grain of salt, he's not very charitable when it comes to Dark Souls 2. There we go, that's what's supposed to happen. You're gonna do the side swipes into jump thing, and then I'm gonna kill you. That's how the plan goes. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, and see, that's what I mean when I say it invites cheese, because I don't want to shoot the dragon to death. I want to fight it mano a mano. I don't want to shoot things. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where I am personally coming from. I really like just being able to... Oh boy, that was close. I really like to have a straight up fight with most things, and Scholar of the First Sin added a lot of situations where having a straight up fight is really hard in the most unnecessary ways. Whereas if you just use a bow, for example, to cheese the encounter, it doesn't change basically at all. Just being able to shoot this dragon doesn't really benefit the game, in my opinion. Nothing is added by just sitting there and shooting the dragon with a bow, or by shooting a lot of the snipers with a bow before you can properly fight stuff. And that sort of thing kind of annoys me, because it just hinders, well, the way I would like to play this game and the way I feel like it's designed. Or, well, I feel Souls games are designed, but it doesn't really add much, because if you are willing to just use a bow and cheese a lot of encounters, then the encounters themselves aren't better off for it. Like, it doesn't benefit, it only hinders, in my opinion, anyway. Well, the short bow basically takes no dex, right? Like, what's that? 12 dex? That's not that much. Yeah, I completely agree with you, but about the puzzle aspect. I see it the way myself, but the issue is that I usually don't want to use the puzzle pieces that I find solve too many puzzles, if you understand what I mean with that. So, for example, just using a bow with poison arrows solves way too many puzzles, if you look at it like puzzles, for me to want to use it. I want to use the pieces that kind of fit my build, maybe the character I'm running, and thus I don't want to use the pieces that I find overpowered or to solve too many puzzles. And yeah, from that perspective, it's totally fine. Scholar is absolutely playable and beatable, there's quote-unquote nothing wrong with it. But it doesn't really... It also kind of hinders replayability. If you look at Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 1 is a playground for players that know what they're doing. You can get everywhere without really trying to fight anything. You can like do it in any order you want. You can be overpowered really quickly, you can challenge yourself in weird ways. There's a lot to do and a lot of fun to be had. But Scholar kind of limits you in that regard. Scholar makes things hard in a way that is difficult to overcome unless you're willing to have all the tools available to yourself and to your character. Start speaking nonsense as the fight gets tougher. Ah, fuck, I thought I wasn't in range, and here's the cliff. Fuck, I'm an idiot. That was the last guy, of course. I sure did. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is run through here, I think. I don't really want to bother doing that again. I immediately regret my decision because this path is the short and easy path, honestly. Yeah, I thought so too. That's the one thing people generally will give credit to Dark Souls 2 for, is the PvP being good and the Covenant system being good. But Goatman disagrees entirely. So, take from that what you will. I guess ultimately everything is subjective about the appeal and difficulty of the game and stuff like that. Here we go again. Oh, I fucked that up, I think. Yeah, okay, we're killing him normally then, maybe? Unless we just die because he's hard to roll through with zero adaptability. Please stagger eventually? Okay, just die. Never mind. Okay, so what do I do next? Oh yeah, right, we'll get the ladle. See, the thing is, you're... I don't mean this in a negative way, by the way, or in an insulting way when I say this, but you're very, very biased to your perception of Dark Souls 2 compared to Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1, at release, which is where you're comparing the game, by the way, Dark Souls 2 changed a lot over the course of its life, but Dark Souls 1 on release was also very, very bullshit. Remember, for example, full Havels being able to flip just by using the Darkwood Grain Ring? That's completely bullshit. Backstabs are still complete garbage in Dark Souls 1 in the way they work, and people, if you just, like, when I played Dark Souls Remastered the other day, or, well, not the other day, I did a casual playthrough off stream where I went for all achievements. Anytime I was in a PvP situation, people instantly and entirely revolved their entire game around just trying to get behind my back and trying to backstab me. There is no fighting, there is just backstabbing, because it's so strong. I know that in theory, if you, like, get the right people involved that want to fight properly and don't want to just cheese, and maybe there's some strats you can use to avoid the backstab spam and stuff like that. But just for a casual, oh, like, I'm playing Dark Souls, oh cool, someone invades me, let's have a look at the PvP. It's a terrible experience just from, hey, I'm just playing the game, let's see what happens, kind of a perspective. And that's not a really great state to begin with. I don't think it's fair to say that Dark Souls 1 PvP was incredible and Dark Souls 2 PvP is garbage. It's definitely very different, but comparing Dark Souls 2 at launch with the finished product of Dark Souls 1 is still not entirely favorable to Dark Souls 1 in my opinion. Just as one element. Now, there's a lot of other elements that you could cite, like build variety in Dark Souls 2, infusions being actually useful, covenants working as intended for the most part, and stuff like that. Soul memory is a pretty decent system to try to avoid people getting ganked. It didn't work out all that well, but it was a good idea, and all that stuff. Yeah, it was an attempt to make low-level players not get ganked by high-level players, the way it, or well, not high-level, but like fully equipped players, like it would happen in Dark Souls 1 at times. It's just unfortunate because they didn't end up doing a very good job with it. Like it didn't. I don't think the system worked out that well. Has a lot of unfortunate side effects. Yeah, exactly. It ultimately ended up being a terrible idea. Or, well, it was a good idea, but just executed in a terrible manner. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill these two hippos down here, and there's two ways you can do it. One, you can try to make them fall off this bridge, which is on paper very easy because it instantly kills them if successful. Two, you can try to fight them one by trying to get them to leash and then return, and get them to leash and then return, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna try to make them fall off a bridge. It's not as simple as it sounds because they need to do a specific attack at a specific point. They will glitch around on that bridge a lot otherwise. But if that doesn't work, we should be able to fairly easily kill them because the mace plus 6 will do a lot of damage to them. Come on. Well, I mean, one of them unleashed already. Is this friend coming back? It sounds like it's coming back. Maybe not. I'll read that in a second, sorry, I need to kind of maybe try to focus a little bit. Oops. I'm surprised that didn't kill me. Rolling through gaps is very hard on one adaptability. Oh boy, I fucked that up. Should be dead soon. Of course I hit the wood, so I can't finish him there. But this should be the end. There you go. Yeah, I personally find Dark Souls 2 vanilla also better than Scholar of the First Sin. It's a bit of a weird mix though. By the way, this is a terrible spot for a Pursuer encounter in my opinion. This is generally a kind of cool encounter because you come down this little cliff and then one of the hippos comes around the corner and you're like, oh shit, I'm fighting two hippos. And then in Scholar, they just assumed that everybody already knew the trap, so they added the Pursuer to actually turn the trap into a new trap again. And if you're trying to fight this honestly, meaning you're sitting here and not trying to cheese or lure them off the cliff or whatever the fuck, then you're fighting the Pursuer plus two hippos on this tiny ass space. Well, and even if the space was bigger, it would be still a nightmare. But I don't think that's very good encounter design, personally. Like, I don't think the Pursuer here adds anything positive to the area or the experience, to this little combat room, I guess. Man, can you please do the fucking charge so I can kill you? Oh, never mind. Jesus Christ. Alright, cool, we got there. Didn't even die, lovely. So I think what generally goes for Dark Souls 2, that's how I would like summarize it rather, is it has a lot of interesting ideas but fails to execute them all that well. For example, if you look at Hyde's Tower of Flame, I think that's a really cool idea, just executed poorly. So you have these little encounters that if you full clear them, as in if you kill the enemies, a lever appears that makes the boss room easier, because, hey, the boss room has ledges for you to fall off of, and if you full clear the area and kill all the enemies, you can make the ledges disappear, so you can have a full arena for the proper boss fight. Isn't that great? I think that's a pretty cool concept. Just in practice, it's a terrible concept because, well, it's a terrible execution because the fight is so much easier if you just make the enemy fall off. The fight itself is already super easy, and the area itself is so small that it doesn't really feel like you're accomplishing much just fighting through the area. But the idea is cool. They're trying something new and unique there. It just didn't really work out. And I think you could take this concept of they have a cool idea that they were trying, but they didn't execute it all that well, and apply it to a lot of areas in Dark Souls 2. And that's ultimately what makes this game frustrating to me, because it falls very short in certain areas of being absolutely fantastic, and some areas, as a result, are just a fucking nightmare to play. And that's a weird dynamic. Anyway, so we got the ladle. You might be wondering, what the fuck, where did we get the fucking Handmaid's Ladle? What does the Handmaid's Ladle do? The Handmaid's Ladle gives stats, just like Kale's Helm. So we get some more endurance, we get 1 point of, what is the fucking stat called in this game? It's not Vigor, Vitality maybe? The one that gives you equipment load. Anyway, we get 2 adaptability, but we lose 1 dex. Well, we can definitely take 1 dex lost for 2 adaptability, so ultimately we get like +4 stats just from the ladle, which is generally alright. So once again, we're continuing to cheese our stats up even though we're on soul level 1, which is pretty cool. I like this a lot. So let me quickly tab out and scroll down on my notes a little bit. Yeah, that was definitely a stupid bug, the durability issue. They did fix it for the... Oh, I didn't send Lycia, I think is her name, over to Huntsman's Copse entrance, did I? I think I forgot. But yeah, the durability issue was completely dumb. It made some weapons an absolute pain to use.
No need, but
I don't know, I haven't tried it in Scholar. Oh, okay, that's us. But yeah, I think that's a glitch for the most part. Because generally, oh right, the chest that we missed was actually pretty good, wasn't it? I could go and open that now that we have the bonfire from the boss. It has the Ring of Binding, which reduces the effect of hollowing, as in it helps our HP out a little bit, which we probably want. Power Stancing, I think, is another one of these areas where they had a really good idea, but they just really fucked it up. I think Power Stancing was fairly worthless in a lot of situations and completely broken in others. It was either not really worth doing on your build, or it was completely busted. For PvE, for example, Power Stancing Maces was so fucking good on release. Like, you staggered everything and dealt so much fucking damage, it was crazy. But yeah, the idea is really good, I think, to introduce some sort of dual wielding system. It just didn't really add all that much. And that's part of the issue with Dark Souls' general combat system, though. Dark Souls generally has a very, very simple combat system. Move path, yes please. We're going to Huntsman's Copse. Copse, I don't know how you say that word. Anyway, Hey, that's alright. Yeah, maces are really good.
Go ahead.
I really liked that back in the day. I think that was the one of the go-to speedrun strats actually at the very release of the game, because you get maces so early and easily and they do so much damage if you just stack strength, so it was really good. But I think power stancing kind of fails because the system is just very simple in Dark Souls. You have rolling to avoid attacks or blocking to avoid attacks, and then you just counterattack with whatever weapon you have. And the move you use to counterattack really doesn't matter as much as your damage and the like the stats of the weapon, really. So if you counterattack with a power stance move, that doesn't really change the gameplay very much compared to just counterattacking with a regular R1 or maybe an R2 or something. So really, I think that's one of the issues why tricky or cool weapons don't really do much in the Dark Souls games. Ouch. Ouch. Seriously. Hey, dropped something. Nice. Oops. Oh boy. Going very well. Oh, that's alright. 3 bosses. Nice. Yeah. I like hexes. I also like the concept as well with having to pay souls to use really powerful hexes. I think that was alright. Once again, it was horribly imbalanced, so you could go back to that being slightly terribly executed. But the concept was really neat. Yeah, exactly. That was some fucking bullshit. I actually used to speedrun Dark Souls 2 at that time. I actually have a video of my channel on my channel of my first completed speedrun, and I think it was using Great Resonant Soul. And the Bino boost. The Bino boost was great. It's not a good video though, don't watch it. Yeah, anyway. Yep, that's the big tree. With the pustules that you hit and pop one by one. I don't think I want to loot anything here. I think we just progress as fast as we can. Trying not to die. I ran out of stamina there, it was terrible. What the fuck are you doing? Oh yeah, it's the one that runs away. Never mind. It's like, what the fuck? He's power walking like a maniac. I think if I'm quick, I don't get attacked there. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, they added them in some areas of Dark Souls 2. Jesus Christ, running around here is not a good idea. I should have stayed in the little room. I'm probably dead. No, that sucks. Yeah, no, they actually added them as... I usually refer to those kind of guys as pseudo loot goblins from Diablo 3, because Diablo 3 has a pretty neat system with these treasure goblins that appear, and they have a bunch of loot if you manage to kill them, but they try to run away, so if you don't kill them in time, they're gone forever. I think there was a strat here where you just don't run and then you always win or something. I don't remember. Anyway, I used to, or I usually think of these kind of mechanics as pseudo treasure goblins. Do I need anything from there? This has the key. I don't think I'm gonna get that on this run though. So they're just kind of like crystal lizards in that they fucking leg it and they bait you into dangerous areas. Oh, this is also the loudest waterfall in the fucking universe for some reason. I think I want to use one of... nope. One of these. Never mind. I'm not using one of those. I take that back. Sorry, it was a terrible idea. Nah, no time for a wheel yet. Just potential for wheel Skirlingtons if I fuck up the order. And since I don't know the order, there's a pretty decent chance that I will fuck it up. Alright, let's see. Oh, they don't heal you in this game. Thought they worked like Embers, the humanity status. Oh. I wonder if I should buff my weapon for this. Hey, I hit this guy first, cool. And by cool I mean fuck. Flailing around like an idiot. I am so fucking dead. I think I'm fine actually, never mind. Okay, having said that, I'm now clearly dead, but at least I killed the wheeled skeletons. That's gotta count for something. Nah. Fun fact, did you know that you can backstab these guys? Schmack. I need to get out of here. Hey, they dropped something. Nice. Huh. I didn't think that could happen. Cool. I accept. How do I split you guys? Oh, really? Didn't think you were fast enough for that. Oh, we got one. Oh shit. Refund? What? Oh yeah. No, I see what you mean. I think given the amount of salts that I'm gonna get for this fight, I should probably have already received my refund in that regard. For the soul gems and the humanities. Or human effigies. Oops. Ain't that philosophical? Many a men have bent themselves trying to find the meaning. DK still asks what the meaning is from time to time, so, you know. Alright, we got there. Neat. I actually didn't expect that to go so well after I started with the fucking wheel skeleton guy. But maybe that's actually the easiest one. Coincidentally. I personally don't like them, because I personally think that having to manage your healing items over the course of exploring an area and the danger of running out is actually a really good mechanic, and really it really adds something to the impact of bonfires if you're already running low on Estus or maybe running out and now you're like, oh, maybe I should use humanity because I'm so close to the next bit where I can heal again and stuff like that, and it really adds to the experience, whereas life gems kind of just are effectively infinite healing. So it really takes away a lot of the danger of exploration and means that the game has to fully kill you in order to punish you. Just doing some damage isn't going to really punish you that much. Do I need anything here? Give me a second. Where am I? I'm right here. Okay, cool. I think we go back and buy some stuff. Just some general supplies. The argument is that they take so long to use and they heal so slowly that you can't use them during important fights. Which just falls completely flat in my opinion, because in the vast majority of boss fights you can kind of just backpedal and get away with it for free. I think I need fire bombs at some point, so I'm gonna buy a few. Well, not that many. Let's go with like 20. Then we're gonna buy a lot of these, because not much else to spend souls on right now. And we are definitely going to die very soon. So yeah, in theory, I think the idea was to have this healing item that's good for exploration but not good for combat, whereas Estus is good for combat but not for exploration because it's so limited. But in practice, once again, it just didn't work out because... do I need to send you back to base? Maybe. Yeah, let's send you back to base. In practice, you can definitely use life gems mid-combat and it makes things a lot easier than they're supposed to be. Okay, I think that's all. There's this cool jump you can do down to that little ledge. I'm not gonna go for it though, because I'm a coward. I need to pick up 2 chunks here. I know where they are, but I'm not sure if I can make it. We'll see. That's number 1. I think this is number 2? No, number 2 is on the left side, isn't it? No, it's number 2. Nice, okay. Fucking... Goodbye, world. But that's fine, I think I'm not gonna get poisoned again now. I actually have some moss since I started with healing wares. Maybe I should just use that. Could also just pop a life gem, but you can't really pop them in advance, and since I'm gonna be chased around like an idiot down there, I don't think I have time for that. So they added that desert sorceress there, which is a pain in the ass. Oh boy, I still got poisoned even after all that time. Never mind, cool. I died. They also added one there, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Yeah, I don't need those shinies. I don't even need souls really. I just spent a ton of souls just on life gems. How did I still get poisoned? Maybe I should put some moss on my bar. I don't want to be poisoned there. Let's put it here for now. Oh, it's still filling from that. Crazy, okay. I forgot it worked that way. Shame. I think if I just eat one of these here, it should be fine though. Yeah, no, we're not gonna get poisoned. Okay. I think you're generally fine if you just move quickly. No, don't you dare. Please. Okay, thank you. There's a cool jump you can do from there over, oh boy. Actually got out of there, nice. You can get out of bounds here with a good jump somewhere, I don't remember where exactly. And you can completely forego opening this door that way, and if you get invaded here, it's hilarious because people don't know how to get to you. They also added all these poison pots in here for literally no reason. I don't think these used to be here in the base game. We're gonna skip the entirety of the left bit here. There's nothing here that we want for now. If we do need something, we can still return later, but I don't think there's anything we need at the moment. We're going straight for the boss. I think there's a small chance we die here. Oh, never mind. I'm misremembering. I thought there was mannequins after us at that point. Anyway. I think that one-shots me. We'll see. Well, hopefully we won't see, but... I thought he was gonna go for the corpse. Doesn't he go for the corpse? Isn't that the strat usually? Yeah, here he goes. So this boss as well is one of those that has a cool mechanic that is just completely like implemented in a way that doesn't do anything and doesn't help at all. Because this boss has these vases at the top, these vessels hanging at the top of the ceiling. From the ceiling, rather. And in theory, you could shoot those down, and then they free these prisoners, and this being the gluttonous boss that he is, he cannot resist but go for them and try to eat them, and this gives you time to just hit him as much as you want. Which isn't that terrible of a concept, I think, for a boss mechanic. It's kind of neat to be able to shoot down something that makes the fight easier then, as a reward for like paying attention and using mechanics against the boss. In practice though, this boss is so fucking easy that I don't think anybody has ever used that intentionally, outside of just trying it out to see if it actually works. It's more a rumor or a mystery than an actual mechanic you can use. Okay, so here's the bit where we're gonna die a lot, because mannequins are an absolute pain in the ass, and I don't think we're strong enough to fight them. We don't really have poise to tank through one of their hits. They're very, very fast. I also don't remember where I'm going, so it's not really all that helpful. I think we're going through here, and then past this man, and then upstairs to the left. Please don't kill me, 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 please don't kill me. He blocked me perfectly, cool. Okay, now we're fighting, and this is probably the end of my life. Please, yes, very fine. You can skip this fog wall by going upstairs and jumping down, but I don't think we need to, because we had a bit of a head start here. Alright, we actually didn't die yet. Now for the hard part. We need to reach the fucking windmill metal thing and light it on fire. And I'm not quite sure we're gonna do that. I think we'll try fighting first. See if we can maybe just take enough of these guys out that this isn't a problem. That's one gone. That almost chain stunned me. Oh boy, that was close. I think that would have been lethal. Alright, we got another one. That was very close, and we got the other one. Nice. Hey, I'm proud of myself. That actually wasn't that bad. Neat. Cool. That's it, right? Right. Cool. Nice. Okay, so now we light the torch. And we light this stupid thing. Whee! And we should probably rest since we used one as this. I actually have a shard that I could go spend if I went back. But that would be smart, and I don't do that here. Isn't this? Wait, this is not the route. Shit, where do you go? Oh boy. Local man is lost in dungeon. Send help, please. Hello, friends. Fuck, where do you go in this? Can't I just jump down somewhere from upstairs? No, that's the wrong side. Well, we'll do some exploring. I don't know why I picked that up. A ladder, you say? Oh, right. There's no way I need to do this, right? This is terrifying. Died literally right on my souls, thanks to a billion poison throwing knives in my ass. Nice. Just the way I like it. No, this can't be the route. There must be a better way. I think. I feel like this is the way I used to go, though. Oh, no, there it is. Nice. Here we are. Yep, this is the way forward. And he shot me off. Perfect. Just as I planned. Now I can make my daring escape. Oh, fucking mannequin. Quick bit of water to drown my sorrows. Yeah, if you run out of stamina while attached to a ladder, you will fall. So since I had been sprinting a lot, it didn't take much for me to fall off. And yeah, if you take damage and it drains your stamina, then you will fall off a ladder. It's not specific to these guys, they just have a really good range attack that you can use in this scenario. Ouch. We'll go for the bonfire first. I think it's right here. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Fuck you. I missed. Cool. Are you kidding me? I shouldn't have gone close to that. Oh well. I was doing so well. And then I wasn't. Okay, so... yeah, that's also a feature you very, very rarely ever use. I think what you do here is fairly simple. I think you hit this once. And then it dies to poison. Because I need what is guarded by that mimic. And since the mimic is not immune to poison, and since the mimic cannot fit through that door, we should be perfectly fine standing here. Okay, never mind, the mimic can actually fit through that door, but it's still perfectly fine. Nothing bad is happening. There you go. So, this is the work hook. The work hook, similar to the ladle, gives you some stats if wielded in the offhand. In this case, it gives us a crap ton of dexterity. If you look at that, it reduces our adaptability by a lot, which, you know, who cares really, we don't have much of that anyway. But it gives us a crap ton of dex, which in turn allows us to use the rapier. We're not going to use it yet because we don't have the rapier, obviously. And we also haven't upgraded any rapiers, so it's not that beneficial to us yet, but hey, we're gonna use the work hook to do some rapiering later, and it's going to be glorious. Now for a boss that isn't actually all that difficult, but I haven't fought it in ages, so it might just fuck me. So one thing that makes this a little bit awkward is that this boss is fairly resistant to blunt damage and fairly weak to strike damage, I think. Maybe it was the opposite, actually. Anyway, I don't think we do that much damage to the boss comparatively. You jump to your thing, don't you? Yeah, there you go. No, never mind. She must be strong against strike damage and, or, well, piercing damage and weak against blunt damage. Adaptability, lack of, should have been fine. This is the first boss that I effectively have to relearn from scratch. I don't know this boss's moveset anymore. I generally know her gimmicks, like I know that she can throw her thing and it explodes, her head that is, and it explodes, and then you need to be careful because she will jump after it and do some damage to you if you're standing in her way, but outside of that, her specific moves I don't remember at all, so I'll have to relearn this fight. I ran out of stamina, I might die here. Oh boy, that was close. Come here, you. Or I could just roll so early that she still misses. That would be, or that is lovely too. I am so impatient. God damn it, that's too fast for me. Oh, really? Ass. That was a very greedy heal, but I got away with it the first time, so went for the second time. But that was almost a kill, so I don't think we're gonna be stuck here for long. She isn't that hard of a boss, once again. Yeah, whenever I ever lied about that. I always kill bosses fairly quickly. I would never get stuck on an easy boss, like, I don't know, Gwyn or something super easy. Oh right, you can do some multi-projectile thing there. That was awkward timing because she... Oh right, that is a swipe and not a piercing thrusty thingy. I mean, if it came off already, you might as well just throw it away. Although she does change her mind about it, like she throws it away and then she's like, oh my god, my head, and then she jumps to it and tries to get it again, so maybe you're right. Haha, take that bitches, I'm out of here. Back to the bonfire with me. Nope, never mind. We might reach one-shot territory soon, which means we need to buy, or not buy, but use a human effigy soon. Let's save those 1,000 souls, that's, or almost 2,000, that's definitely gonna make a difference. I should use the running attack more, it's fairly quick and does decent damage. Speaking of running attacks that are fairly quick and do decent damage. Come on. Come on, do something stupid for me, please. That was not stupid, that was the attack that actually is difficult to time because she slithers around for a bit beforehand. Ass. Alright, let's quickly use one of these to make life a bit easier. Fucking Hexer over there. Hey, we could summon Jester Thomas and make this a cakewalk because he single-handedly defeats her. Sadly, my quote bot is down because my I only had a trial license for IRC and I'm using IRC for my quote bot. So my license ran out and I'm kind of stuck not knowing what to do about it. It will make a fine quote though. At least she isn't doing many of those awkwardly timed thrust attacks. Was that a grab? Damn, I forgot she had one. Crazy. Fucking get out the poison. Come here. No, don't just fucking stand there and heal. Come here. Well, she barely wasn't healing anyway. Come on, please. There we go. Hey, I dodged it, and then I died. Never mind. I should probably start locking on more. I'm so used to not locking on from Dark Souls 1. But I am having trouble keeping her in my sights. Wait, she didn't do the swipe afterwards. What? I guess those are different attacks. Man blocks it with his mace. I swear I rolled. God damn it. Of course, just as she's about to die. I really just should have not said anything and been like, oh guys, this is the hardest boss on the run, we're gonna be stuck here for like an hour or something. Instead I just like, it's very easy, it should be quick, it's no problem, lol. Immediately immediately regrets everything I ever did. Please. Oh boy, that was so close. I just always lose my patience. I just when something like that happens, where we're both just walking and nobody's attacking, I always just start attacking myself eventually. Well, not I don't attack myself, but like I eventually make the first move, and it's always a terrible idea because whenever you do that, the boss definitely chooses that exact time to punish you. Like you're always 1 second too early or something. Yeah, exactly. It's been a while since I last played Darkest Dungeon. Curious what the second game is gonna be like. Seriously, that still clipped me? Fucking adaptability. Think? Wonder if there's gonna be dungeons too. Maybe there's more dungeons. That would be a good sequel. Darkest Dungeon 2, Darker and Dungeoner. More dark, more dungeon. 2 darker, 2 dungeon. And so on and so forth. Like, see, if she just uses normal attacks, they're kind of easy to avoid, and then I'll probably win, but if she just throws random shit in the mix, like running away and then doing the awkwardly timed attack, stuff like that, it's a little bit harder to just fucking finish the fight, but here we are. Okay, we did it. Sweet. Which direction do I need to go? This way, away from the bad guys. Run! Yeah, there you go. Good job leashing, boys. Sorry about that. And I really should figure something out with the MIRC client. I read a fix that if you just delete the registry entry for it in the in the registry, then it should kind of forget that your trial expired and you should get more time, but it didn't work out, so I basically have no idea right now. I don't really want to spend $20 on just an IRC client that I only use for the bot. Yeah, maybe. I only noticed the problem after I started the stream today though, so I don't really know. Or I didn't really have the opportunity to ask anyone or really think about the problem yet. Fuck you. I think he said that you could do it, you just need to wait longer, like an ad would play or something like that. But the client didn't give me the option. Nothing. Hey, we got Armor Dennis. That's probably the easier one, I think. You can get invaded by 2 different phantoms here. One is this guy. And the other is Fencer Sharon, I think. And Fencer Sharon is a nightmare, and Armor Dennis is fairly simple, if I recall correctly. Mostly because this attack is a free backstab every single time. Honestly. There we go. Alright. Do I get anything for that? I don't think so. I get a human effigy. Oh, nice. So now we gotta spend 10,000 souls on this man, so we get the gold serpent ring. Buy item. What do we buy? Let me quickly check my notes. We want the fragrant branch and a bunch of charcoal pine resins. Let's just kind of go ham. Might as well buy the humanity. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I find NPC AI always a little bit iffy in the Souls games. They're definitely sometimes harder to kill, but I don't think it's always because the AI is better. Just often some bullshit. I'm quickly checking my notes, give me a second. Because I'm not quite certain what we're doing. Okay, we're not going for Old Iron King yet, that's what I thought. Nice. I don't feel like doing that yet. Okay. Have another drink. I hope that doesn't sound too terrible. Because I have no idea. Do you have any new rings that I might want to equip? I mean, might as well wear it, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Like I said, I really don't know how to judge that. They're just always very limited by the tools they're given. Like if you give one a fucking crossbow, they're always gonna try to use it, even if it's not a good idea. Or like this guy who was like, hey, I have this one magic spell, let me reuse that every single time and get backstabbed every single time. I'm not sure that really is something they can avoid, but it doesn't make them feel very good either, so I don't know. So this room is a bit of a nightmare. If I had Alluring Skulls, which I don't think I have... Nope. If I had Alluring Skulls, I could make this a lot easier, but I don't, so we're gonna be running around in circles for a second here. And hope that it all works out eventually. Hey, you went out of my way, what a nice man. Yeah, I'm also being shitty about it. I guess the AI is better, or the fights with them are better, I don't know. Yeah, definitely. They're a lot more complex in their behavior. I really like the one Phantom in, I think, the Ivory King DLC, the one that runs away and tries to bait you into traps all the time. The one that uses Chameleon to ambush you and stuff like that. That was really fun. I like that a lot. Definitely a cool idea. Look at that man throwing rocks. What a champion. There are so many more guys here than in the base game. Yeah, he definitely is. I really like that sort of thing though. It's a good attempt. I don't mind people... Well, people maybe, but I don't mind the game trying to troll you in that kind of way. Okay, so we're gonna need some items from this place, and I only vaguely remember where I'm going, so we're going to be lost here a lot, I think. In case you don't know, if you hit these trees, it aggroes the white phantoms, the fog folk, I don't know, these fog idiots. They really don't like it when the trees moan or whatever, so they go for the trees if you hit them. I think I need to go up this ramp for the Chloranthy ring, and I hope that's all I need here. Yep, nice, that's all I need here. Yep, definitely. Like if you... Like, do you see how nobody followed me even though I kind of took my time? That was because I hit those trees. I'm not sure if it, like, makes them hit the trees or if they keep their distance because of the trees. You can kind of see that guy. I don't know if you can see them on stream. But see how he just sticks to the tree and starts hitting the tree here? I'm not sure if you can see him. He's right there. Nice. Wasn't sure if the stream quality was good enough. It's also a fairly neat mechanic that they, once again, didn't do all that much with. It's useful in no-hit runs and the likes, because you're a bit scared of dying. Or, well, getting hit, really. Okay, I think we're going straight for Scorpionus Nashka. And we want some damage for this fight, and we have Pine Resins. Actually, let's quickly go back and upgrade the Estus Flask to 4 charges. We have this shard in our inventory all the time that we aren't really using for anything. Might as well turn it in. Hey, we got the bad RNG.
Is that
In a speedrun this would be bad RNG because it takes longer for her to get up and talk to you if she's sitting on the rock and dangling her legs. But if you're on a normal run, it's really good RNG because it looks hella cute and gives her a lot of personality. Funny how that works out. Okay, so, how do we do this again? I think I just run through straight up. Like, I don't think we need to do anything here. At least not yet. We might later for Dark Looker. But for now I think we're fine. These fog folk that they added here weren't there in the base game either. Like the one that we just passed, and there's one sitting over there, I think. They didn't used to be here. I don't know why I arbitrarily sometimes point out the differences between DS2 and Scholar, but sometimes there's just nothing else to say and it just crosses my mind. Anyway, so Nashka. Maybe I should have buffed before entering the door, I don't remember. Anyway. That was incredibly close. I don't remember how many hits you get here for free. -1 apparently. That worked out so well. It almost looked like I really knew what I was doing. I didn't though, it was all luck. I will not get that item. I think it's just one of those firefly thingies. The one that lights your torch, if I recall correctly. I spent a lot of time on my very first playthrough trying to get that item. Like, I killed myself at least 3 or 4 times in this boss fight just to try to get the item. Let's rebuff, why not? I want her to use her tail attack because it's very slow. Which means I get a lot of free hits in. Like so. Hey, nice stagger. Sadly we don't have any stamina to go for more. Oh, really? Well, immediately get a free heal opportunity. I'll take it. Definitely want to just kite that attack. Slow ass fight, but it's not that hard. He says, about to die, most likely. Again, I said something like, oh, it's not that hard, we're gonna win, no problem, before the fight is over. I will never learn that lesson, apparently. That still hit me, are you joking, game? Okay, we're committing. Easy. I should not have committed, that could have been my death. It was not worth it. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, it's really not that hard of a fight. I'm not sure how I feel about tail cuts in the Souls games, honestly. Where am I going? I need to think about this for a second. Do I need the bonfire? If I don't want the bonfire, I might as well just go straight up. I think we'll just go straight up. It's not that bad of a run if I die even, so... There's a crystal lizard here that I need to kill. I think it's further up, though. Past the axe thrower man, right here. Can you get out of my way, please? Thank you. Could have just killed him, honestly, but hey. No, I was out of stamina. Maybe this works this time, because he fell rather than teleporting out. Before we tried that when a lizard had teleported out and it didn't reappear. Maybe it reappears if they fall, or like at least don't teleport out. Nope. Fuck. We'll have to run back here then for the crystal lizard later. Shouldn't be that big of a problem, I hope. Interesting, I don't think I've ever gone backwards down here then. That'll be a new experience. Usually you just go through here once and then you can teleport back to the bonfire if needed. I think there's an item in one of these corners, not that it matters. Yeah, there it is. Radiant life gem, that's alright. Okay, let's grab the bonfire. For some reason it is not in a tent in this version, even though everything else is kind of ass. And go back for the lizard. I think that lizard drops titanite chunks, and we need those soon. I don't know, I feel like if you're not checking the tents, you're not even... like, you're not exploring all that well to begin with, so it's kind of deserved punishment. Can you please stop running? Oh right, they don't have to do that animation when they try to get out in Dark Souls 2. Right, oh boy, this is gonna be a pain. How do I get this guy? Because coming from this side, he doesn't have to turn around, which is usually what makes him easy-ish to get. I don't have enough... I mean, I do have enough dex to use the bow if I just equip the work hook. But my bow isn't upgraded, so it's probably not doing enough. We could try maybe one of these, or three maybe. Up to 3, I guess. I didn't expect to have trouble with this guy. But lizards are a bit shit in Dark Souls 2. In the other games they have this little digging away or teleporting away animation before they get out. And in this game they don't care, they don't have to do that, they just like run when they feel like it. Nope, that is not fast enough at all. Maybe if I relog while he's still around. Because I swear you can relog later on in an area and it resets the lizards. There must be some sort of reasoning for that. There's an area in Sunken King where there's a room with, I think, 4 or 5 of them in one room, maybe 3. And I definitely remember relogging there in order to get some of them, or to kill some of them. Nope, still not reset. Well, shit. Okay, since we're already halfway through here, might as well go all the way. And grab the bonfire down at the stairs thingy, and then come here through the normal direction. Which will then turn him around again, and make it easier for us to get him. Should be right here. And then from here it should be fairly easy, or well, easier anyway. It wasn't super easy the first time either, but it should be easier at least. But like I said, he has chunks, or at least a very good chance of dropping them, and we need chunks. Because we're hoping to get our weapon to +10 here. Our weapon being a rapier, though. Not the mace, because the rapier is fucking broken. Come on, move. Dude, seriously, just get out of my fucking way. What a dick. Hey, he gave me boots. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really cool idea. It's just also executed terribly. Why am I not sprinting? It took my stamina, but I wasn't sprinting. Was that because of the water? Does this slow me down? It actually slows you down. Damn. Okay, I'll probably just use a firebomb there then. That's super dumb. But yeah, it's a really cool idea. It's just so incredibly stacked against the poor person being summoned that it makes absolutely no sense in practice. If you have someone that not even knows what they're doing, but just activates some of the traps and fights you alongside the mobs, you basically don't stand a chance. And also, there is absolutely no reward for successfully defeating a person here, so you would never voluntarily get yourself summoned, which kind of defeats the purpose as well. I guess you're never really voluntarily summoned or invaded, but still. There's basically no chance and nor benefit for the poor person that's being put through it. Well, keep dropping items, that's fine, because I will need some loot RNG here in a second. Okay, so we're gonna do this and follow up with this maybe? Nope. How in the fuck am I supposed to get that? God damn it. Do I have throwing knives? No, I do not. Not sure that would even be faster. Maybe I just need to do a jumping attack. That might do enough damage. I don't think this swings low enough actually to hit the lizard unless I turn. No, it's definitely easier from this side because the lizard has to turn around before running away. I intentionally went over here to the bonfire just so I can try from this side again. Like, you can watch it turn around before running away if you come from this side, and that's enough time for me to get in melee range. From the other side I couldn't even really get in melee range, so it's definitely the right direction to come from. Yeah, maybe I'm underestimating the R2. Maybe if I position myself correctly I can just R2 and kill. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. That could possibly work. The thing is, I don't have much room to work with either, because there's a cunt on the right. Like, there's another dwarf in one of those little, I guess, cubbies or whatever you would call that, over on the right. So I can't really bait it in there either. Oh, that should have hit. Come on. Yeah, I'll try running around maybe. We'll see. But I think if that R2 hits, I also get it. Fucking hell, dude. Get out of my life. Gurm Great Axe. He has dropped an item every single time we killed him, I think. We got his boots, then we got a mundane stone, which don't have a very high drop rate either, and now we got his fucking axe, so I don't know. Maybe RNG is in our favor today. That would be great because we're about to farm the peasant set. Oh, so yeah, if you're here for intense and interesting and high-quality gameplay, you're gonna be very disappointed in a bit, because now we're farming a crystal lizard, which I fucking cannot get for some reason. And afterwards, we're gonna be farming the peasants to get the peasant set, including the chest, the boots, and the gloves. Because those pieces give at least adaptability, and I think a little bit of dex as well. Buff the mace, that's actually a good idea. It should one-shot him as well. Good man, Cybot. Saving the run. Because I don't think, or, well, I don't know how reliable running around lizards is in this game. He didn't really react to me changing my angle when he was already running away, so I wasn't sure if that was gonna work. And I felt like the R2 would be more reliable if I just can get the angle right, but this should be much easier. This should now one-shot him. Yes, thank you so much. Large and a stone, okay. Well, maybe we didn't need it as desperately as I thought, but alright. Oh yeah, that could also be a thing, sure. There's also the idea that maybe I just run alongside him, out of the water, just run out of the water with him, because the water is the thing slowing me down and making it hard, but anyway, we got there. 3 large shards are gonna be important, because we will want to upgrade our rapier that we'll be using soon. Okay, so, like I said, now we're gonna be farming these peasants for some items. We need the traveling merchant set. No, not set, only the hat, because that gives a bit of item discovery. This also gives item discovery. This ring gives item discovery. Do we have any coins? No, we do not. They're a thing in Dark Souls 2, aren't they? Yeah, I think they were introduced in Dark Souls 2. So, and with that, we're gonna go and farm the peasants in this area. Yeah, it definitely takes a few tries. If I had a stronger weapon or a proper build, as in if I wasn't soul level 1, I could just one-shot him with a mace anyway, so it doesn't really... It's not impossible if you're just playing normally, I guess. He died. Aw, shame. I thought the first item would have been a piece of the peasant set. That would be great. But yeah, that is an awkward encounter, so I don't mind it taking a few tries. I'm a little bit worried of that happening, which is why I didn't commit harder to killing him. Yep. Turning life around. Oh right, this is designed around you luring them into the boulder. Oops, my bad. Can you climb up here? You don't look very capable of that. Cool. Then let's do one of these. That does not do as much damage as I was hoping for. I honestly want the item more than my life. It gave me the sound effect. You gotta give me the heal if you give me the sound effect, game. Never mind. Fuck. Okay, let's try that a little bit smarter next time and lure them into the boulder. I forgot just how many there are in one spot if you don't use the boulder against them. I also forget how fucking terribly weak jumping attack or plunging attacks are in this game, because that was fuck all damage. Didn't even kill a single one. Wasn't even noticeably more than a regular attack. That is indeed true. Well, shit. Why would you send... Anyway. That's on me. Shouldn't have gone up here. Yep, indeed. See, one of the guys is standing there in order to ambush you, I think. The one that's not next to the boulder, but just standing around. I think he's ready to ambush you, so I wanted to kill that guy before luring the guys, so he doesn't ambush me. But, yeah. How about we do something else? Because I bought a lot of fire bombs. Not for this situation, but we might as well use them. How good are you against fire bombs? Not that great. That's basically as much damage as my actual mace does. Cool. Hey, they're getting smarter. I wonder if that's scientifically accurate, that peasants get smarter if you throw bombs at them. There's this saying about, like, light taps to the skull increasing your brain or whatever the fuck, so maybe that works the same way with bombs. Okay, let's actually just kill these two now. That was a torch, that was a flame butterfly. I don't know why I'm announcing items that you can read yourselves. Peasant hat, cool, that's the one object we don't want. We want everything but the hat, of course. So, yeah. Here we are. I mean, there's bound to be some dumbass peasant that doesn't really have a brain that would be willing to go for it, right? If you look for a man without a brain, you're sure to find one, even for the dumbest experiment, I think. Like, just makes sense to me. And if they willingly agree, then I don't see any ethical problems with that. Wait, the fucking boulder didn't reset. What in the fuck? Is that normal? Is that normal? Shouldn't the boulder have reset? Well, fuck. That's very odd. It must only reset when you travel rather than resting, which is kind of annoying. Because I really don't feel like traveling back and forth all the time. It would make life a lot easier though, so maybe I'll end up doing that anyway. Where is the guy what I pushed off? There he is. Fuck. How did he miss me? Excuse me, Dark Souls? I mean, I guess if it's in my favor. I accept. How did he miss that? My character, that is. I don't blame myself on that. That's definitely my character fucking up. You can't do the turnaround thing from Dark Souls 1 in this. Shame. Hey, we got one. He even dropped something. How about we play this... Hey, they're leashing. Okay, good. That's good to know. They don't like going up here. Very fine. I will make use of that. Titanite chunk? What the fuck? I didn't know they could drop chunks. That's lovely. That makes my life a lot easier, because I was about to have to farm chunks down there. Not farm, but like pick up the chunks down there. Please don't fall off. I need your loot. What the fuck is he doing? I'm being mind gamed by a man without mind. What do I do about that? How do I prevent that from happening? How do I outbrain that which has no brain? I don't think it's possible. I don't think I have anything else I could put on to increase item discovery. So I think this is what we're working with. Nay drop. Cool. Dead. Hey you. Well, I'll just follow you, it's fine. Well then. Dead. Oi mates, come over here please. Follow me until you don't want any more, and then I will kill you one by one. Well, not really one by one, I guess, but still much better than the whole lot of you at once. You can't R2 into R1 with this weapon, that's kind of shameful. Because I really like the R2, but not if I can transition into an R1 with that. Because it usually doesn't one-shot. Anyway, next man please. Wait, isn't there more peasants down at the door? After Elf Spider makes her appearance? I think there are more peasants. Why is my mace so slow? I guess that's my fault. If I was a stronger man, I could swing it faster, I suppose. Doesn't she come up here in regular Dark Souls 2 now? Or in Scholar, even on regular game? Not only new game? She doesn't? Okay, cool. Well. If you've never seen that, enjoy this area in New Game Plus. It's fun. Especially if you have a thing for spiders. God damn it. I mean, I don't mind trading hits, it's the last bunch, but hey, we got the peasant chest, nice. 1 out of 3. What a weird turning around animation you had there, sir. That did not seem right to me. Another chunk, Jesus Christ, I did not know they would drop that. Cool. Don't you, try to scare me to death here? I guess not. Cool. Have you ever been here in New Game Plus, Cybot? Or do you generally know what I'm referring to? Because there is a very interesting thing that happens here in New Game Plus. Okay. I really didn't enjoy that little surprise, especially since I do not like spiders. I do not like spiders one bit. Okay. Yeah, I only played... I think I once played through New Game Plus just because everybody said like, oh yeah, there's so much extra stuff in New Game Plus, you really gotta check out New Game Plus, it's a whole different game kind of a thing. Which, you know, it really doesn't change all that much, but hey. And then once I went to New Game Plus 3 in order to get all achievements. And that's the end of that. I really don't go for New Game Plus routes, or runs usually. Fucking Bloodborne killed me with the spiders in the Nightmare of Mensis, or whatever the fuck it's called. The room with the hanging spiders, that one is not a room I'm fond of very much. And then of course they have spiders in the fucking Chalice dungeons just to make my life miserable. Not really, right? Or do you mean the spiders at ROM? Because I kinda don't count those. They don't... For some reason those don't really scare me visually, but the ones that are hanging from the ceiling in the Nightmare of Mensis, if that's what we're both talking about, then those are the ones that make me feel incredibly uncomfortable. How did I just do 690 damage with one jumping attack? Let's try that again. Come here, sir. I missed. Let's try that again, sir. Nope. I somehow managed to double hit him. I don't know how, but I did. Wish I knew how. And a drink. And 3 more of these guys. Wouldn't it be a nice surprise if she just had a low-ass chance of appearing here, so we're farming these guys for an hour, and then on the 389th run suddenly she appears and I die of a heart attack? That would be fun. Like, that would be some proper horror game shit. Jesus Christ. Nah, the extra critical damage isn't that much on the mace. I'm sure it double hit him in some way. He was on stairs, so the physics kind of wanted to fuck up a little bit to begin with. So I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, we got the gloves, now only the legs remain. Hey, we got the gloves, now only the legs remain. Yeah, I'm not sure if it would generally be interesting. With jump scares like that, it would probably be a little bit mean and not really all that fitting, but eh, I don't know. I don't think randomness works very well in Souls games, and to an extent the Chalice Dungeons highlight that really. I think the Souls games generally do well because the levels are well designed and thought out, and everything is set in stone. Like you said earlier, they're basically puzzles to be solved, and that really doesn't mesh well with randomness, so I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, for an encounter like the spider appearing, that would be interesting. Not good for me, but interesting. Yeah, that's true. Maybe the 10th time or so you come through an area. If they were clever with their pursuer idea, they maybe would have put him in situations where there's nothing else going on, and then just gave him a chance of appearing. Because the pursuer would be a good one to just pop up randomly. He isn't that spooky, like both visually, and he isn't that dangerous as an enemy, so he would be a good idea for that, I think. Almost there. Please give the legs eventually, Taiwan. I tried it again. I don't know when I will ever learn that R2 into R1 doesn't work. I need to do 2 R2s in this weapon. Trousers! Hey, we did it. Cool. Alright, hey, we don't even really need to rest, do we? Okay, so let's see. We have the peasant's attire. What does that give us? It reduces our... what is that? Int? Yeah, it reduces our int, but it gives us 2 adaptability. Hey, nice. Peasant gloves. What does it? It reduces int, but gives us 2 adaptability. Hey, nice. And then we have the peasant's trousers. And what do? Once again, they reduce our int and give us 2 adaptability. Ta-da! So with Kale's helm and all that stuff, we are now at 14 adaptability, even though we're still level 1. And that is definitely worth the effort, because adaptability is absolutely crucial to not dying ultimately. Yeah, it kind of fits well as well. It looks pretty decent, I think. Hey Pond, how are you doing? Hope you have a good day, and I hope you really like spiders in the non-ironic sense, because you're about to have a good time. In that case. And really bad time if not. Although they don't aggro in this unless you open the chest, do they? Okay is a bit of a strong word, but they don't end my life, basically. The only... that's why the Bloodborne spiders and the Nightmare Menses stood out for me so much, because usually I can kind of tank it. Oh, they changed this hallway, huh? Well... yeah, I will do that later. I can't do that right now, though. Like, these are annoying and creepy, but they're not terrible. The ones that really get to me are the ones in the Nightmare Menses and Bloodborne. Those thick ones hanging from the ceiling, and the way they move and everything, they absolutely... okay. Well, he died. Is there another ambush here? Is that all they came up with? Oh, this is an Anestus shard in Scholar. Cool. I guess that's why the road didn't go here that I looked at. Neat. Hello. Now I have to admit, that scared me a lot. If that was one of the really bad spiders for me, I might have died in real life. Should probably try for 2 swings to kill one of them. Once again, while I generally know the encounter, I don't remember how to best fight it or anything, so I'm once again kind of winging it. Also not reading chat so much for a moment, I apologize. He's buffed. Surprised that didn't hit me. I think I need to get rid of those guys first, so I have a more or less clear shot on the casters. I don't know why I tried that, that was really stupid. Very unnecessarily risky. Of course I am reading chat, even though I said I wouldn't, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, I find it really interesting how different everybody's opinions are on that particular matter. I like Dark Souls 2, generally, but I think Scholar is noticeably worse in most areas. Cybot has only played Scholar, and Gold Priest hates Dark Souls 2 and thinks Scholar is even worse. So we have very different opinions all here, which is kind of cool. Just shows how subjective that thing really is, ultimately. Stop that, please. Thank you. Can't you backstab this guy? Maybe I'm stupid and just doing it wrong. Shit. Quick, abuse that and talk weird things about, like, goats. Just talk about how cool goats are and how they make adorable sounds and they're great climbers. Adorable is probably not the right word for that, but they make interesting noises and they're great climbers, and Goat Simulator is a fantastic game. Just talk some shit about goats. Entirely innocently, of course. You stagger from that, right? So just fucking die already. I should have just fucking done that earlier. Fully committed, rather than fucking around so much. It is scary though. Go man. Bit obvious, but like not as subtle as I'd hoped for, but what can you do? It works. I take it. Good man. Okay, so if I was really good, I would know where exactly the chunks are that I'm looking for. I'm not very good, so I only have a very general idea of where I need to go. Yeah, it's a goat. So we wanna pick up some chunks in good old, whatever the place is called, 2 exactly. Oh, actually we might just get that from the crystal lizard, then we don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's stock up on these. Anything else? Might as well buy a bunch of these, maybe, and what else am I doing? Okay. I think that's all we're doing for now, because we need souls to upgrade our weapon in a second. But yeah, Dark Souls 2 is a interestingly divisive topic. someone just open a door? What the fuck? How dare you? It sounded like it was down here. Huh, neat. Anyway. You can do a thing here. I think if you just literally jump for it, you're fine. Like so. That was one chunk. We need 2 more. That was not how you get the other one. Close though, but not quite. But close. Very close. That door opening sound is kind of unnerving me a little bit. Yeah, they're another very odd addition because they only pop up very rarely, and they also don't... I swear you roll here, don't you roll? Huh. Damn. Maybe you don't roll. Maybe you just run. Maybe I'm an idiot. Well, I'm definitely an idiot, but maybe you run here instead of rolling. Could have sworn rolling is what you did. Maybe I should just man up and jump. Just get it over with. Because I think we want to get on that ledge right there. That is a terrible angle. That's entirely on me. I deserve 100% of that. I'm surprised that kills me though with the silver cat ring on. Because that didn't look all that deep. Okay, let's try it one more time. Maybe we'll get it eventually. Let's just consider jumping the right strats and commit. Here we are. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our 6 chunks, which is all we need. There's a good way to get through this area. I don't know said way though, so we're gonna be fucked, I think. This isn't the good way through that area. This is the room where the weird crow lady ends up if you free her. I think this is where we go. I don't remember at all. Oh right, you can't roll through that once it starts opening? Never mind. I'm tempted to say fuck it and just ditch those 10k souls. We have enough boss souls to eat, so should we actually need stuff to upgrade the weapon? Because I think the fastest route through here is a little bit different. I think the fastest route through here just goes in here. Completely trying to play off of ancient fucking memory. I have not done this area in absolutely forever. I think this is another chunk, isn't it, actually? Now that I think about it. No, it is not. Fuck. There is more chunks in here. We don't need them since the peasants were nice enough to drop some. Yeah, this is a very quick way through. So usually the rest of the chunks are down here. We'll quickly pick up that stuff anyway, because there's a slab in there, which we want, maybe. Okay. Now we should have enough mats to get ourselves a rapier. 2 plus 10. It should make the rest of the game fairly simple when it comes to damage. That was a lovely noise to have happening the entire time while I was dying. Let's quickly check the inventory. We're missing 1 large titanite shard. Where did I miss a shard? Let's quickly have a look around here. I swear there is a place you can get the large shard as well, if you're not bad. Maybe that crystal lizard would have had one. If I had actually managed to kill it. And it's right here, so it doesn't really hurt to try again. Can already hear it. You fucking... Are you seriously, game? That was a large one. Nice, we got it. Cool. Let's get the fuck out of here. I miss Dark Souls 3 asking you whether you want to go to Firelink Shrine or to your last rested bonfire, because we want to go to Majula, and that would have been faster this time. Although I guess always having to confirm that dialogue is also not that great. IDK. It's always bad no matter how you try. Anyway. We need some souls, good thing we have a bunch. Look at this quality of life change, you don't automatically close the menu when you use a soul. So fucking good. I wonder if that's enough. Let's just use a soul, why not? Doesn't really matter. So, now we buy ourselves a rapier. And we get ourselves our rapier that we just bought. All the way up to 10. So now, if we equip the work hook right here, and the ladle, not the ladle, the rapier, I de-equipped the ladle, that's why my brain stopped working. On the right hand, we can now wield a rapier at level 1. And we can even wield it one-handed if we so desired, but not without the work hook, sadly. We still need the work hook, so no regular one-handed without the work hook. Anyway, we can't use the torch and the rapier yet, is the point, but we still have the rapier two-handed moveset for insane damage, so we're gonna make use of that to kill bosses. Let me quickly check my notes. I only have one more section mapped out, and I think that should kind of fit. How do I do that best? It's kind of not an easy section. Oh well. Let's see if we can now use the bow, right? Yeah, we can use the bow now. Okay, so we want the bow and some arrows. I think 10 should be enough. And we go on our way to kill Old Iron King. And that's the last thing I'll do for today. I was considering to quit here, but we spent so much time farming and trying to get the crystal lizard and stuff that it would be kind of a bad point to stop. Fuck you guys so fucking much, Jesus Christ. Got a Blacksteel katana though. A lot of people would be really happy about that. Let's use a human effigy, we have a bunch of them. And some HP wouldn't be bad, considering that we're gonna get hit a lot running through this area. We're gonna get Fencer Sharon now, aren't we? Because we had the other guy before. Yeah, here she is. Didn't time that well. Oh well. It sure does. She has a weird 4-hit combo that that full combos basically and kills us from full HP. Fucking spacing on point though. Look at that AI. Damn. Uh-oh. Please don't kill me. I just human effigy. That would be rude to kill me now. You can't do that. My character didn't want to turn around. In Dark Souls 1 I would have just been one-shot by a backstab. I got stuck on that corner. Cool. Fuck. God damn it. I couldn't close the distance. Once I get close and can get a few repeated rapier stabs in there, it should be fairly easy to kill her, but I am bad, and so I died. The end. If that had pushed me off, I might have just called it quits. Yeah, the rapier does insane damage at a very high pace, and that wasn't even the best occasion for that kind of damage. What makes the rapier so good is just the fact that it also, in addition to all that stuff, has the how do I do this again? This way. Can I get here? Here. It has a counter strength of 140, so it does 40%, I think that's how it works, extra damage against enemies that are currently doing something else, like doing an attack of their own, or if you catch them during a roll or whatever. And you very commonly counter-hit bosses in that way. and thus you rack up a lot of damage on bosses specifically, since you're already counter-hitting them. And the base damage is high, the dex scaling is high, and the added critical damage really makes it over the top. Aha. I kind of... It works best if I go close enough for her to start her own attack, and then like she doesn't zone me perfectly, or she doesn't really nail the spacing all that well. But if I do that, she poises through my attack and almost kills me. And she has the potential to definitely one-combo me, so it's kind of risky, and I know not how to best make this happen. Oops. Poise is kind of... well, it's not technically random, but it feels kind of random in this game. Sometimes people can poise... I swear I rolled in between that. That wasn't a combo. Anyway. People can poise through a lot of stuff in certain situations, but it's tied to attack animations. During certain animations, poise works, and if you're not doing anything, then poise doesn't do anything either. You can wear the heaviest armor and be stun locked by a dagger if you're not doing anything. But even if you have fairly low poise, certain attacks during certain weapons will give you a decent amount of hyper armor and allow you to poise through shit, and it's fairly unpredictable that way, unless you really, really know your shit. Which is kind of where the whole poise isn't working in Dark Souls 2 thing came from when Dark Souls 2 first came out. Because it works very differently from Dark Souls 1, and not always in a good way. I actually stood right where she spawned, which staggered me. That's interesting. Well, the bad thing is that it's arguable whether it works in a good way, though, and that's still important. Once again, I think they had a good idea, but didn't execute it all that well. I think the idea was that they wanted you to be able to use poise with heavy weapons, so you actually get your heavy swings through, or your complicated attack animations. Rather than just, like in Dark Souls 1, using poise to be able to spam whatever the fuck you want to spam, like quick attacks or whatever the fuck, and just trade for days. And I think that's a good idea, it's just... in practice, it just feels, like I said, random. I generally kind of know how the system works, and yet I still can't really predict it. I don't quite know when she will be able to poise through something, when an attack really... is gonna stagger and when it isn't, when an attack will poise through something and when it won't. Like, it still feels kind of random. Like, how did she not stagger after the jump attack there? In Dark Souls 1 you'd just say, yeah, she has a lot of poise on her armor and that's why she didn't stagger, and that was easy to work with and understandable. But in Dark Souls 2 it's all... we'll see. Will they stagger? Will they not? Who knows? Anyway, we finally got her, Jesus Christ. Fucking final boss down. Actually harder than the final boss, Nashandra is a bit of a pushover. But we will have some very tough bosses in the DLC eventually. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 poise works slightly different once again, and I'm not entirely certain how it works mechanically. I would have to read into that again. Man, these guys are just such a fucking pain in the ass. I cannot not get hit here. I don't know how people do that sometimes. Anyway. I think it works... This is a very big guess, by the way. I'm not, like I said, I'm not at all confident on my knowledge in that area, but I think it works similar to how it does in Dark Souls 2, where it is tied to what exactly you're doing, meaning the game wants you to be able to poise with your big burly attacks or your special attack animations occasionally, but not as an in general thing like in Dark Souls 1. Damn, that was a big hit. I think they fixed that, didn't they? Like, I think people found out that it was, like, maybe not bugged, but like where it was set so that it literally didn't do anything. But I think they did eventually fix that, because that's clearly unintended. But I think you're right. I think at the start someone looked in the files and found that it was set in such a way that it literally didn't affect anything or something, which caused a big old controversy. But I think they changed that, and now it's back to this hyper armor kind of thing in certain attacks, similar to Dark Souls 2, but not quite the same. I think. Not confident though. Jesus Christ, these guys are annoying. Running through here is really hard, by the way. I don't remember exactly how you best get through here. This is one of those areas that would really, where you would really benefit from having a clear route and actually knowing what you're doing rather than just winging it like I do. So I think we're gonna die here a few more times, sadly. I think I want to get up there and kill the archer though, I'm not certain. Yeah, definitely. Really? That was not a backstab and instead I push myself down. Fucking hell. I guess the benefit is that after Dark Souls 2, everyone didn't really know what to expect when it comes to poise anyway, so whatever they did was going to be somewhat fresh no matter what. Jesus Christ, that swing was so fucking fast. 60 FPS alone nights. What a joy. Maybe I should go down there and flip the lever first. Maybe that's the strat. So that I can get the enemies to split up a little bit. Are you kidding me, that timing though? You can jump this, right? Oh, you don't? Yeah, you need to jump. Maybe you don't, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just run. Quick drink. Come on, you could have given me that backstab. Do I dare trying again? I didn't fully commit this time, I was afraid. I had been burned before. Could you please turn around, character? That would be lovely. Thank you. Yeah, he had enough. And to be honest, he already failed his mission, didn't he? Like, he was to prevent me from getting in. I went in though, so here he is. Getting binned like he should. Hello, sirs. Please let me pass. Tie them. They are so fucking fast. At least we got the ring. So the reason I want to get up there is the life ring +1. Life ring +1 is really good for soul level 1. It makes you not die to certain one-shots that would otherwise, well, be one-shots. So life ring is worth it. But yeah, in theory I need to get down there, flip the lever, cross the bridge, jump off, turn the wheel, and then get in. I think that's how you do that. I hate these guys so fucking much. Come on, game. I repeat, if you give me that sound effect, you gotta give me the heal as well. You can't just give me the sound and animation without healing me. It's just so rude. God, I'm so tempted to get my souls back. I really shouldn't, but it's just they're right here, right? How do I not? That was such a cool jump. I'm so proud of myself. How do we lure these guys away? Ouch. Ouch. Can you not do the jump anymore? Although we wanted to skip Smelter. Why weren't you already chasing me? What's wrong with you? Man is lazy on the job. Okay, I'm gonna try 1 or 2 more times and then we're gonna maybe kill Smelter instead. There's a way you can kind of sneak in there. Well, not literally sneak, you run mostly, but you definitely can do that in theory. There's also, that's gonna be my plan B, there's a jump you can do. It's really annoying. Because Dark Souls 2 has this thing where sometimes you jump only a tiny amount of distance and sometimes you jump fairly large amount of distance, and there's very little control you have over which kind of jump you end up making. And so, how about you shoot already? Very nice. This should work now, maybe, if we're lucky. There we go. See, that's how that's supposed to go. And now we go up here. Past all of these fine men. Then we jump down, not quite there, but almost. I like how long it took the game there to tell me that I died. I wasn't quite sure if I had. Maybe my character suddenly developed lava resistant skin or something. Yeah, almost though. That was really close. I wonder if the lever stays like flipped or not. If it stays flipped, we're home free basically. If it doesn't, then well, now we know how to do it, so we're still home free. I think so too, but I'm not... I don't think Dark Souls 2 is beyond doing anything that would be really annoying, so... It does stay flipped, lovely. I ran out of stamina though, that's really bad. Okay, so now this is off, and now we jump here. Now we can open the door. And now we get up here, and that should be it. I think I'm dead. That was way too close for comfort. I wonder if I can drink here without getting shot. Hey, I can, nice, cool. Yay, progress! I hate my life so fucking much right now. Just fucking literally while I said that sentence, the man pushes me 300 meters off the fucking edge. I am very slightly irked by that, at least. Oh man. Rough, very rough day. It was progress though, I wasn't lying. It was progress. I consider that progress though. We're already dead, cool. I thought he was already attacking since he was in that stance for an hour, so I stopped to try to drink an Estus. Oh well. Well, cool. Maybe I should pop another human effigy so we actually have some HP to play with. It's kind of a waste since we're gonna die a lot anyway. Might as well not bother. Maybe I should go kill Smelter Demons though. It's usually not a fight that I'm very afraid of. It's kind of annoying, especially on level 1 with low health and stuff, but I think we should be fine-ish. So the reason I thought we should be home free now is that this should stay deactivated, right? Right, perfect, cool. Fuck you, game, and your inability to let me climb ladders. He tried to punch me, excuse you? Okay, fuck it, I tank one it, it's fine. Never mind! He didn't want to climb the fucking ladder! Let's just fucking moonwalk right next to the fucking ladder! This is slightly falling apart. Hey, maybe I should equip that life ring that I spent a few deaths getting. That would be a great idea. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, thank you. Alright. We went 1-1 with this guy. Once he killed us, once we were fine. So let's go for a 2 for here. Come on. Come on, we can do it. Come on. Swing and a miss, and I sneak through. Alright, cool, we got there. Nice. Fuck your bridge breaking shenanigans. So, what we're doing here... I have a strat for this. Why are you in here with me? What in the fuck? You're not supposed to come in here with me. I thought that door was a leashing point. Excuse you. I hate this game. Why is there even 2 of them? There should have only been 1. Where did the other one come from? I don't hate it in that way. I hate it in the same way that I sometimes hate Dark Souls 1. So I will never join you, Mr. Goatman. I'm also really not that big a fan of goats, so not joining your weird goat religion. Aye. Alright. We're 2 for 1 on this guy. It's gonna be fine. We got him. Nice. See that? Easy. We got the strats, we got the setups, everything is fine. So why the fuck, or how the fuck, or what the fuck, or really any combination of those words? How the fuck do I not get bum rushed by these guys then? Maybe this is the strat. Maybe I can close the door. Wouldn't that be sick if I could just close the door once I'm in there? Hey, at least we inserted the Pharaoh's Lockstone. That's still progress. I count that. I count that. If only this was regular Dark Souls 2, then you could just run through without that much trouble. But they place so many fucking enemies in all the fucking choke points that there's no way. Yeah, exactly. It's something. That's the kind of positivity I need. The quiet, salty run back is occurring. Yeah, nice try, bitch. Ooh boy, I think that would have killed me. He was not happy about the way that played out. So where the fuck did the other guy come from? I know they can't climb ladders, so... maybe I should just take my time here and kill all these guys. How about that? Why didn't I not two-shot him earlier? Because the second one wouldn't have been a counterattack. I think you're too slow in the least Sonic way possible. Maybe that's the leashing point. There's definitely a point here where they leash. So, anyway, as I was saying about 20 minutes ago, I have a strat here about what we're doing. I think what we're doing is we're shooting this man. Oh right, they don't fly at an angle in Dark Souls 2. Very nice. I swear I turned that corner. Nah, they're empty anyway. I was at 0. Fuck you, Dark Souls. Fucking stagger. Did he actually just dodge that by... Yeah, I sure am. Okay, he dead, right? Okay, cool. Basically... Yeah, the way he just fucking flicked his head to dodge that projectile wasn't fantastic. Anyway, so what I'm doing here is we're shooting all of these guys, and that gets them mad, of course, because why wouldn't they be? And that makes them run onto the platform, it makes them run into the fire, and all sorts of shit. Basically, it helps me take care of these problems without really doing anything. This guy is a bit of a problem, though. I think I need to manually kill him in a second. You will just fall down once I step on that, I think. Oh, where'd he go? He's right below me. You know what? This is a good try. Let's actually pop a human effigy for this, so we don't quite die in one shot. Okay. Would you... Someone died. There we go. Like I said, the strats work. So we're not taking that bonfire, by the way. That bonfire only leads to the roof, which is where you do the PvP Covenant thingy. There's nothing on that roof for us, so we're not taking that bonfire. It also locks you out of going backwards, so you really don't benefit from taking that bonfire at all. It really makes your life harder, because then we would need to actually cross the entire ceiling, or roof area, not ceiling area. You actually managed to get off the platform in time? I guess I was very slow. You sure about that, sir? Damn, that damage. They really don't like thrusting attacks though, so it's not just the rapier being OP, that's exactly their counter. Large titty shard, okay. And then we send this elevator back up, and all the enemies are dead. Oh, you can? Neat. Huh, interesting. I don't think I've seen that one. Let's quickly send you to your death. And quickly send you to your death. I don't quite know how you guys survived anyway, but down you go. You did not fall, fuck you. Well, I should be out of here by the time he's annoying. Okay, let's play it super safe here and wait to see if the Iron Mate actually dies here. He did not. So we actually have to kill him. 9 out of 10 times he just runs into that fire or just falls off the platform and then you don't have a problem with him anymore, but this time he was being a dick. Okay, so you get ambushed here if you... Yeah, there you go, there's that guy. Because there's another one on the platform up above, which we will take care of later. Well, later after we kill this guy at least. Which is this man. Can you actually manage to get down here? Yeah, you're usually stuck up there. Okay, I bought some witching urns though. Some being 99 in this case. There we go. Anyone else? I'm not entirely certain, but I think we're pretty much home free in that area now. But I'd rather play it safe than sorry, especially since getting here is such a pain. Dang it. God, that scared the shit out of me, that phantom behind me. Here I am talking about how safe I'm playing it, and then I get backstabbed by some cunt that I just didn't think about. Another large titanite shard. Okay, there's a neat little thing you can do here, I think. If you stand here and you aim at this man's thingy, and you throw witching urns, you aggro him, and then he either comes here so you can fight him, or he sometimes just runs off into the fire and kills himself. Let's just give him a second, maybe he will end up killing himself. That'd be lovely. Off you go. Come on, be a good boy. Hey, there he goes. And that way you don't have to fight one of them in super close quarters. I almost ran too early there. I have no idea why, but just my brain said go, and I almost went. Jesus Christ, brain. So close to the bonfire as well, just like, hey, let's just kill ourselves, why not? Lol. Yeah, great plan. Okay, we got a bonfire. Very fine. Nice. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so I think now we quickly make a little detour after, of course, taking care of the fire. Is there anything I can buy in Majula? I don't think there's anything we really want, so the souls really don't mean anything. Okay, so we go to this place. Yeah, clearly this run is going way too well. Definitely needed some sabotage. You might be wondering what the fuck I'm doing, but I do have a plan, actually. It's not my own plan, which is why it's gonna work, I think. I think we need to take off our clothes so we don't die of falling damage. Maybe not actually, although it doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's just go at little equipment load as possible, pretty much. Because we're gonna make a jump here. So we're gonna go down here. And then we will run through to get the Old Iron King key, so we can access the DLC. Ouch. That didn't one-shot me. Lovely. See, who needs clothes anyway? They don't save your ass. Is this the corpse? I think this is the corpse that has the key. Oh, please. That is not the corpse. Cool. Is this the corpse? That must be the one then. You fucking kids. That combo though. Well. Not really like we have anything to lose, so it doesn't matter all that much. Would have been easier if I hadn't known which corpse has the key, but here we are. All the same. Second try is still good enough. Yeah, exactly, clothes just burn. Unlike your skin wouldn't have. Third try is definitely still absolutely good enough. Hey, remember how I nailed that like drop first try by just walking off the edge very slowly and carefully, and that just worked out, and it was super easy to recreate? I chose not to do that again because that would just be too easy. So just so we get to experience the barehanded ladder sliding once more, torture ourselves a little bit. Hey, here we go. Yeah, exactly. I swear you can't get away in time. Odd. Okay, let's just head straight for the key now, where we know where it is. Must be on this, because one of the corpses has it, and I only know of 2 corpses here. Yep, there it was. And now we can die. Pretty sure it was the key. We'll check in a second, but very confident. Let's see, does this have a key items category? It sure does. Heavy iron key, yep, that's the Old Iron King DLC. Nice, okay, so let's put our clothes back on, because of course, can't run around like some sort of deviant. A rapier and a verkoek. And then we head back. Where is the... there it is. Couldn't remember which bonfire location. So, then we'll kill Old Iron King, and then we'll call it a day. See, old me would have now given you the whole spiel of like, oh yeah, Iron King, not that hard of a boss. He hits very hard, but he's very easy to manipulate. There's a safe spot, very easy fight overall. I'm sure we're gonna kill him in like 2 tries or something. Now, new me learned his lesson and is not going to tell you all that nonsense, and instead I'm just gonna sit here and be like, I haven't played this in forever, it's gonna be real hard, he's like one of the Lord's souls or whatever, is a big man. Hope I can beat him, he's a real tough guy. Wish me luck, guys. This is like hardest shit in the entire game, honestly. Like, there's no way we're winning. I hope that that evens it out now for all my past sins. Nah, I went one step further. I applied all psychology. I first went with the regular sentence, and then I went with the reverse psychology sentence. So now I basically play all sides, and it can't go wrong. Fuck, I shouldn't have said that last bit. Didn't manage to get behind the wall on time. Actually didn't recognize the attack, I thought he was breathing fire. Now he's breathing fire. Now we want to go behind the wall. Remember how we were actually hurting him a few times there? That was good. Those were fun times. I think he comes out over here. Kind of. That lingered way longer than I thought. Neat. Okay, we got him. First try, no problem. Wasn't even close. Easiest boss in the entire game, just like I said. Nothing wrong with this guy, super easy, always just free souls whenever you pass through here, just kill old Iron King, easy peasy. Like, nothing can ever go wrong on that fight, no problem, just like I said. Anyway, off we go. Just light this little bonfire here. And we're not gonna warp back, instead we're heading straight for the DLC. Not because we're gonna finish the DLC, but because there's an item here that we want. I think I actually know where it is, which is of course a benefit, but there's an item here at the very entrance that we would really like for some extra damage. Let me quickly switch over to Homeward Bones, because we will need to bone out afterwards. One of the things that's good about a Soul Level 1 run is how liberating it is when it comes to your souls. Like, oh no, I have 57,000 souls, whatever, like, I need to be so careful, it's so difficult to keep all those souls. In practice, I don't need to give a fucking shit, because, oh no, I lost those souls, oh that's crazy, please, poor me. How will I ever do without those souls and all those levels that I can't get? So I can just, like, oh, I died, terrible, tragedy. Oh no, I died again, oh my stuff is gone, oh terrible, what a tragedy. And it's very liberating to just get rid of your worldly belongings that way. Now, if you want to get rid of your worldly belongings, please send me all your money at, you know, my hotmail here. I wish I had prepared that in some way, shape or form so I could actually make that joke properly, but anyway, here we are. Basically, we go right past here, ignore this lady for now. And we jump down here, and we grab the dexterity ring. I think that's 5 dex, which doesn't sound like very much, but if you're at base level, then 5 dex is actually a lot. It gives a decent amount of damage with the rapier. And almost more importantly, it allows us to use the rapier one-handed, meaning we can use a torch in areas where we want to use a torch. And there's quite a few of those, so definitely a very good item, and it's right at the start of the DLC. So we equip the dexterity ring, and now we are at 290 damage versus 286. Okay, the damage isn't actually that different. Or maybe it's... no, I think the display is bugged because it only works thanks to gear or something? Maybe it isn't bugged, I don't fucking know. Is it bugged? Let's find out. Nah, maybe it's not bugged, I don't fucking know. This game is weird, fuck it. Anyway, point being, we can now use it one-handed and can equip the torch in the other hand. And that's definitely a benefit. Alright. And I think I'll call it here for today. I have no idea how long I've been streaming, because my notes actually cover up the vast majority of my other monitor, and so I'll just call it a day. Thank you very much for watching and hanging out. Hope you have a... fucking get out of my camera, you fucking idiot. Hope you have a wonderful time, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye, take care.